Hello everyone and welcome back to RollerCoaster Tycoon 2. Seeing as we have defeated all of the scenarios in the base game, we're going to celebrate by going to the Build Your Own Six Flags Park scenario, which is essentially the Sandbox equivalent of RollerCoaster Tycoon 2, because I didn't think to call it that until RollerCoaster Tycoon 3. Now this is probably where I spent most of my time as a kid playing this game. I have a lot of fond memories of this place, although I seldom ever built past this small little zone right here, just because this park is so enormous, but we are going to use the full size of it. Although, if I were to build a full-scale park here, that would take many, many hours, and I suspect many of you have advised in the past that I break up videos like this into multiple segments. So I think what this will be is the Six Flags, not the Six Flags, it's it says Build Your Own Six Flags Park, that's why I got mixed up. This will be the RollerCoaster Tycoon 2 Sandbox MEGAPARK Part 1. And I think that we're going to divide this into quadrants, so there will be 4 parts, starting, of course, with this part. Now, the question is, how do I want to divide this up? Let me see. If we get an idea of what the theming options are that we have, we could start with, well, we have to pick 4 areas. We could have some sub-areas, maybe kind of a central, neutral hub with buildings and shops and whatever. But Wild West, I use that a lot, so maybe we won't do that. Maybe creepy theming? Or a Jurassic jungle? Let's go with a Jurassic jungle, just to be different. And let's take this quadrant right here and make this our Jurassic jungle, as I called it. So let us stretch this path out. Although this border will be shared with the area over here. So either this won't suffice, or we'll make sure that these 2 areas overlap and that the area over here would also have a dirt path. So we'll, make this work. Make it make sense. Make it make sense! Oh, I failed. Give that money back. Now, I guess this really isn't exactly sandbox mode because there is money and there is an objective and you can lose. You don't just have unlimited creative freedom here. So perhaps let me know in the comments, would you like me to do a separate series or a separate quartet? What am I saying? A separate series of 4 videos or 1 mega video, if you prefer that, in Open RCT2, where I can enable cheats and turn money off, giving me full creative freedom to build whatever I want and not be held back waiting for guests to show up with money. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think would be best. But for now, let's do this sort of thing here. We did a triple path, which is not optimal. Guests are likely to get lost, but this is an easy scenario. I can't talk. An easy scenario, so we're just going to roll with it. This will be our first little quadrant. Mistakes were made. No. Fine. I see how it is. We're going to make it slightly thicker, like your mom. I mean, what am I saying? I didn't say that. You said that. I never gaslight people. That's just not moral. Just like quacking ducks is immoral. Where are my ducks? Ducks? Oh, we'll have to wait for them. And I will wait for ducks. I literally don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's extend this. Where are we? How does this line up? That's roughly, this is going to be slightly bigger than a quadrant. So let's actually cut this short just slightly and try our best, come on, to go straight like this. We've already spent $4,000 of our allotted $10,000. So this wasn't exactly, or maybe closer to $3,000, but this wasn't a very good use of our money, was it? But we have up to $100,000 of loan we can take out. And the interest rate, wow, is only 5%, so I'm not worried about it. But we do need to remain profitable so we can pay that off eventually, because if we don't, it'll just be chewing up our cash in the background. So let's try to avoid that if we can. So let's, let me quit it. Let me build some rides to justify having this as it is, and so we can turn up the park entrance fee. To start with, what do we want? Someone's revving their engines. That's annoying. Let's have a dinosaur go around of sorts. Maybe closer to the entrance, because I always feel like this is where the gentle rides should be, as close to the hello. Hello, little green-headed goofball. Consider yourself quacked. Oh, yep, he been quacked. Bros, no, give me the entrance and the exit. Oh yes, those chickens are up to something. That ginger one, I reckon she's their leader. Ba 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 ba. La 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 la. Let me get rid of these. So that's some room. I think I'd rather have a bit more space on either side. La 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 la. So I could center it, but I don't have to. I think I'm gonna do this instead. Put the entrance there, exit there. That will enable us to have a slightly marginally longer queue line. Ah, that didn't work. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Go straight. There we go. La da da ba 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 ba. These colors are boring. Ba 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 ba. La da 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 da. I don't know what I want. Let's try this. This actually looks nice. That works for now. Now, seeing as this is in a jungle, let's give it a jungle entrance. Oh yes, my favorite of all the tracks. Let's go. Jungle entrance. It's also very loud. I think I normally record this. There we go. See, my volume is very quiet on my computer because I don't want to change the input signal into my recording. I'd rather have it exactly how it would be so I can have full power to change it in post. But anyway, let's... This looks like it'll make sense. The most disappointing... I just got started! Get off my case! The most disappointing park in the country? My butt. Right. Very funny. Let's build this over here. And on the one hand, we could try to build it into the ground, but that just seems like a waste of time and money. So we're going to build it up here. Yeah. We're going to go on a little bit of a trip. A little bit of a trip to show everyone just how not disappointing this park is. Is this as tall as I can make it? Yep, that's as tall as I can make it. 35 feet. It's boring height, but that's okay. I'll have one little drop there. Oh, no. Okay, turn this way. What do you mean? Hey, I want to go over it. I am severely disappointed in this situation. Let's go rapids. And I forget that I don't have unlimited cash, so maybe I should be a little less bold and crazy with this. Let's put a photo section to add insults to injury so we can post to Facebook all of the pictures of your sopping wet faces. Oh yeah, that's what the people need, is humility, which comes only from humiliation. That's why, humility, humiliation, the words are similar. That is not true, and I'm joking. I need to say that because there are certain people in the world who would think I'm serious and, like, accuse me of being, like, a cyberbully. Nuh-uh. I'm not a cyberbully. You are. I'm just kidding. No one's a cyberbully. And, well, maybe the duck is. I don't know. Because the duck just quacks at you when you click on it. Instead of giving you bread. I mean, you give the duck bread. Why won't he give you bread? I say that's a duck supremacy thing. Let me see. Whirlpools. Oh, baby. Another whirlpool. Ha! You're afraid to get wet! I think I was Davy Jones in another life. I wish I could go diagonal with this, but nay, we cannot. But what I should do is think about what sorts of decorations we'll build. Like a Diplodocus or something. He's a sauropod, that's all I know. They will flank the entrance. We'll maybe have a battlefield in here with a... whatever this guy is. Chasing down this poor bloke. Or maybe he's getting ready to face off and battle to the death. Oh yes. And the bones of the former contestants littering the ground as the crowd goes wild. Oh, baby. What am I talking about? Let's finish this ride instead of goofing around. I figured I would use these as kind of a reference to sort out where I want this to go, but I'm not using these, and none of these are size restrictive. Well, I guess I could have some structures. Let me put this here. Oh, yes. Boom. And I think I could just leave this straight. Huh. Something like this. Wow, that came out of nowhere. Actually, no, it didn't, because I just ate an apple, and apples make me burp, which is part of the reason I eat it, because I've complained before about my issues with my throat noises and phlegm and needing to clear my throat. I think this happens for a lot of people where gas gets trapped in your stomach and you feel like you're like on the verge of burping, but you can't, and it makes it difficult to talk. But I think something about an apple, maybe the fiber, I don't know, something about an apple kind of loosens it up and releases it and helps me clear up my voice. So pro tip, if you want to record a video, what am I talking about? Twister roller coaster, cool. That's a lot of boats. I'm kind of liking the green, but that may not stand out very well against the background. So let's go red. Red and white. Hey, that's kind of neat. Let's go jungle. And perhaps, for music, set that to water style. And set this down to 4 seconds, please. And I know it's going to work, so there's no need to wait till it's done testing. And this must end, because it's conflicting with my creepy, mysterious, dinosaurific music. What a ridiculous statement that was. Let's grab our jungle stuff. Jurassic jungle. The funny thing is most Jurassic ecosystems probably weren't specifically jungles. It's just alliterative. Is that even a word? Alliterative or alliteration? It's alliteration, so I like to say it. Makes sense to me. Of a giant carnivorous plant, which won't face the way I want. I can't rotate. I want it to face that way, but up here. Oh, now it works. Oh, it's random. Heh! It shuffles. Weird. I think we have a smaller one, don't we? We have a little baby one. This could be highly venomous. Let's make it pink. Because, you know, pink things are highly venomous. Naturally. That's nonsense anymore. We know it. Brown. Support this. This is moral support because our rapids rides need it. They're not the most supportive. What am I talking about? I'm in a funny mood this morning. It's not even morning anymore. I was, for a long time, in much frustration, battling with my computer, trying to get RollerCoaster Tycoon 1 to open in a widescreen resolution. And I used a hex editor. I used this new program called... I don't remember what it's called. It's something that's supposed to override it and force it to open at a certain resolution. But I followed all sorts of tutorials, even worked with ChatGPT, troubleshooting it, and I can't for the life of me get it to work. I found the lines of code that needed to change. I changed them, and instead of locking the resolution, the full screen resolution to like 600 by 800 to make it 720 by 12 something p, whatever it is, it didn't go full screen. It stayed windowed and just got a bunch of black boxes on the screen, which is so annoying because I couldn't get it to work. So I eventually had to give up. I'll maybe revisit that in the future. I know some of you have said that you don't mind if I produce a video with the black borders on the screen. By black borders, I mean that basically I can't get the game to launch in anything except this, well, when it's full screen, because it doesn't support a 16 by 9 aspect ratio, you get these black blocks on the sides. Which I don't want. I want this full screen resolution, or this widescreen resolution, because that's what most people view their videos on these days. Hello, ducks. Consider yourself squawked. But the only way I can do that really is with OpenRCT2, and the whole point of replaying those scenarios from RollerCoaster Tycoon 1 was to not do it in OpenRCT2, because some people have pointed out that it's kind of a, give the easy way out. It's a little easier to play it in OpenRCT2 compared to vanilla, so I put that in the back burner and I'm doing this instead. This to celebrate our victory, beating all of the vanilla scenarios of the original RollerCoaster Tycoon 2 game. except the expansions, which I obviously haven't done yet. Would you like to see me do them? Let me know in the comments. Let's do some finagling. Go this way with a wide path, which will cause our guests to become hopelessly lost because they are completely unable to find their way around. You'd think they'd use their eyes, but no. Whee! It's a snake. That's what she said. Okay. Wow, that did not just come out of my mouth. Okay, let's focus. let's be appropriate. Let's keep this PG or G. Let's keep a G. Jeez. This is tricky. Come on. Get paved. This is so tricky. Oh, I have an update for my new job. New job is going great, which I was afraid it wouldn't because there's a lot of communication things that go on there. But no, my new job's actually working out great. So I'm happy about that. It is very far away though. It's about, did I do this? Oh dear. Oh dear, I gotta change what I did. Basically, it's an hour and 5 minutes in the morning to get there. Unless, well, it's more than that if there's traffic. And it's about 2 hours and 30 minutes to get back because traffic is crazy. So that's annoying, but I'll have to live with it. It means it chews up a lot of the money I'm earning at the job, which kind of makes it almost pointless in my head. But then remember, I'm learning new skills. Skills I can put on my resume, so it's not totally unworth it. Hello, Ray S. Sylvia S. There must be siblings with the same last name, or the same initial anyway. Let's build a roller coaster before I get any more carried away. What sort of roller coaster would make sense in a Jurassic scenario? None of these probably, but we're going to do this one. Oh, yes. So, yeah, new job. It's great. I'm learning lots of new things. Preparing for my future. No! Go this way. 7 cars, 1 train of 7. 2 trains of 7. That's not what we want. Remove both of those. Okay, so it has to be this long. There we go, to get the full length. All right, let's make this a beautiful, sprawling corkscrew roller coaster to take up as much of this space as we can because this landscape is so big, we can afford to be a little sloppy in our spacing. Or not sloppy, purposeful. Purposely wide set. Let's put our roller coaster building skills to the test. I've clearly failed already. Let's make this a little bit taller. Should I do this a little narrower? Whoops. Now I'll make it wide, whatever. I made it freaking worse. Okay, let's drop down to 75 feet. Get a fill for this. 60 feet. This will work. What I'm trying to do, the reason I had to do that is I take it back, I failed. I've failed, we're gonna go up to 80. What I'm trying to do is have the bottom of the hill reach the ground, because if that isn't the case, if you go up to a height like this, you spent money getting up here, and then each piece built, the higher up a piece is built, the more expensive it is. So if I do something like this, and immediately break out of it, that's a waste of money, and waste of potential. I'm trying to go down like this. Yes, but that doesn't work if, for example, let me do this. So this would waste a little bit of space because it brings us to 5 feet, although that might actually be ideal because we're trying to keep everything 5 feet off the ground so it's not sitting on the ground. So maybe let me take it back. Let's go back at 85. Keep revising everything I've done. 85. Oh, baby. Flatten out. Did I turn up the entry fee? Yes, I did. Let's turn it up a little bit more, just to make sure we're not getting ripped off at the door. Ah, yes, here we go. This is what I want to see. Whoops. Then we can afford to go up to 70, because this first drop was from 85 feet. Each subsequent hill needs to be shorter than the ones that preceded it. Oh, bother, that didn't work. Do this? No. Oh, that's cool. That's what I like to see. Back down to 5 feet, which is where we wanted to be. And now, we can't go back up to 70 because we've lost some of our momentum, some of our inertia. But what we can do now is incorporate some inversions. Not yet. We're going a little too fast. Let's slow down a bit by stalling. This segment of the roller coaster will continue as it is. Maybe we'll have a loop here. A double loop like this. Let's go right. Or actually, what I think I would rather do... Whoops, put that back. Okay, maybe not that wide. We'll do this. Up, half loop, corkscrew right. And I just realized I never incorporated the block section into this, did I? That was kind of my plan, but I messed up. I missided it. What if I do this? No, 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 no. This. Oh. This could be cool. If it worked anyway. That was a weird sound. I apologize. If only I could do that. That would be so cool. But I don't want to go down to the ground, though. That doesn't work. Nor does that. Oh, the Giga Coaster. Neato Cheeto. No, 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 no. Come back. Half loop. What do we call this thing? Corkscrew. And can I go through the loop with it? I cannot. For shame. Well, that won't do. What was I even trying to accomplish with this? Let's maybe not drop so soon. Keep this up where it was. Loop right. Half loop. Corkscrew. Not that way. Right. Did I overshoot it? I overshot it. Gosh darn it. Well, maybe we won't do that. We'll just keep it like this. But that doesn't work either. Unless we drop down like so. Oh, I wish I had breaks and diagonals. That's one thing I miss from OpenRCT 2. I just realized I never incorporated a photo section onto this behemoth. Why am I calling it a behemoth? It's not even that big. Let me rethink this. We could put something here, right at the end of the corkscrew, to catch the scared faces of our scared guests. Oh yes. Of our chicken guests. No. No. I need a little more space. Gosh darn it. What if I do this? I feel like I do that. What about this? And this? Oh, here we go. Here we don't go. That's a problem. No! I want to go. No! I want to do this. It's making me whiny. I'm annoying when I'm whiny. I don't know what I want to do. I do know I want a block break here. Preferably a brake run before that as well. For control, for safety. There. So that's what we got to connect with somehow. Whoops. Well, that just worked perfectly, didn't it? If I keep that rolled, sometimes going backwards is the best way to go forwards. Write that in your quote book. Right. So yeah, here we are. So this works. We have our little brake run, which is too short to really make a difference, honestly, but it's all right. Let's put our entrance and our exit. Change our lift hill speed. Set this to test. And give it an appropriate Jurassic paint style. Paint job, not paint style. What am I saying? What about black with green? Hey, that's kind of cool. I think I like it. Let's change this to jungle. And await on the stat results. There she blows. Whoops. Okay, let's see how it does. Let's watch its lateral forces because we have some unbanked sloped turns, as is, well, we can actually see the grass growing, cool. Which seems to be a requirement because the corkscrew can't bank its sloped turns, which is annoying. That was a struggle. Should we have gone a little taller? Let's give it a little more juice, shall we? If we amend everything I said. Holy, that's a lot of wasted space there. Unless we get fancy. A little hump before the drop. That looks goofy, but we're gonna have to. We have no choice on the matter. Hello, smiley face. Intensity between 1 and 5. Well, I just got just the stuff for you. That's probably why he's happy. How is this ride doing? I never actually looked. Not too shabby. Look at that. Oh, I should probably be charging money for this, shouldn't I? More than the default, anyway. Right. So let's let that rock and roll while we sort out this entrance. And, please don't. Here we are. Now to fix this. Okay, show us your worst, my friend. Show us what it means to be a corkscrew roller coaster, or a roller coaster from Core or Aero something construction. I don't remember. What is wrong with you, Nicola? You need to ride on something. Improve your mood. Oh baby, what do we got? Let's see. Show us your worst. Anything? Hey, it's a pretty long roller coaster. Almost long enough to be a candidate for, what's it called? For a ghost town, but nah. Let me see. Oh, yes. Very nice. We'll open that, turn up the on-ride photos to 350. Maybe 360. Let's do that. See if we can squeeze a few more dimes out of our guests. Speaking of which, let's turn this up to $50. I don't even know if we have enough rides to justify that price. We'll find out. Let's see. What rides can I still build that will fit into the whole Jurassic jungle aesthetic? Oh, here we go. We can have a few of these lined up in the front here. And the idea with these is that we'll have some kind of Jurassic film playing inside. Like this. Thrill Riders. Build another one right here, same deal. This one will be a more gentle film. I wonder if it has a different motion sequence programmed into it. And so far, each one has a different color. No, not there. Come here. Not there either. Give me that. Go there. Wonderful. Thrill Riders again. Do these generate vomit? A little bit. That's not good. Whoops. Anyway. Oh, that was the last of my money. Wow. Well, looks like it's time to just sit and wait. And there's no fast forward button, so we may be waiting a while. But let's leave these all open. So these two are the same color. How about I change the blue to yellow? Not that yellow. Actually, maybe I like the darker one. It stands out more. It's like gold. And now theme all these to jungle. Jungle. I thought about playing RollerCoaster Tycoon 3 when RollerCoaster Tycoon 1 wouldn't work, but then I realized, I was like, oh yeah, I just finished RollerCoaster Tycoon 2. Might as well do a celebratory video. But let me know in the comments, do you miss my RollerCoaster Tycoon 3 videos? It's been a while since I did one. And I don't think I've done any since I got my new microphone, which sounds much better than the old Blue Yeti I used. Anyone familiar with microphones? Blue Yeti is a popular microphone from Logitech, or it's actually from a company called Blue, but I think Logitech bought it. But anyway, I don't have food in this park, I don't have drinks in this park, and I don't have toilets. Let's charge for bladders. I mean, charge people for peeing and emptying their bladders. Boop, same price to that park. Haha. And build another one on this side over here. But yeah, I replaced my microphone with another microphone called it's from a brand called Rode. It's the Rode NT1 5th Gen. And I specify 5th Gen because the previous generation was more expensive for some reason. And it had a different frequency response. It was a little darker and a little warmer. Versus the NT1 5th generation is a little brighter. And has a kind of a flatter frequency response. It might even be a little too bright. I kind of find it harsh. A little sibilant. And sibilant is the word that describes the harsh S sound that's often picked up in recordings, which, if it's mild, it isn't terrible, but I imagine that over time it probably builds up to kind of become fatiguing and hurt your ears. So I try my best to tame it in post when I'm editing my videos and kind of bring down some of those harsh frequencies in the high end. Ooh, a floorless roller coaster, cool. So that's something I've been wondering about, is if this new microphone I got is good enough, or if I need to upgrade to something different. Although it's probably fine, I just have to really get to know this microphone and use it well. I've had it for, I'm not sure, about 6, 7, 8 months or so. And it's worked great. I've released a lot of videos that were very successful with it. But I do wonder that more anxious part of me wonders if I had a microphone that was less sibilant, less harsh, if my YouTube channel would do better. That's a funny thing. If you go to a subreddit like New Tubers or our partnered YouTubers, any of those subreddits, you'll see a lot of people who have a lot of anxiety and they're constantly overthinking their YouTube channels. And I think I might be guilty of being one of such people, where you're like, oh no, maybe my vocal track should have been 1 decibel louder. Will this make my video fail? Some irrational fears going on there. It's kind of silly, honestly. But, hey, turn blue. But yeah, that is something I've wondered. It's an interesting question. Oh, did this break down? Oh dear, I need staff, which I forgot to hire. It makes me wonder if having a slight bit of sibilance might cause people who otherwise like my videos, they may subconsciously close the video sooner, because on a subconscious level there's a little bit of discomfort that doesn't even register consciously. They're like, oh, I like this video, but I feel like I'm going to watch something else. But what's really going on is that harsh, sibilant S frequency is triggering that response and making them feel uncomfortable. Obviously, as you can see, I'm way overthinking this, but it is a valid question. Audio is apparently more important than video itself on YouTube when it comes to earning and keeping subscribers and views and whatever, which is funny because it's a video platform. But when you think about it, video isn't just a motion picture, it's the video plus music, or plus, not music, plus audio usually. And isn't that true to you? When you see a video that has terrible audio, even if it's in 4K, it's kind of hard to watch. It's just harsh and offensive to the ears, you know? So I do my best to get the cleanest audio I can, but I'm still learning. It's so funny. I'll have a setup that I think I like and I think it sounds good, and then I'll go back and look at it a few months later after tweaking it on and off over a span of time and go, huh, why did I ever publish that with such bad audio? Let's make a little itty-bitty food court over here. Something like this. Whoopsie. Delete those. Maybe I shouldn't have pushed this so far back. Let me rethink this. Break that. Rather break this whole line back here. Here we go. Now I have access to that corner. But not really. Let's grab our french fries. Build that there. Turn this up a bit. Grab our Herngelburgels. That's Azunguis for hamburger. Grab our sodas. Here they are. Turn this up a bit. 160. Accompany that with lemonade. Wait, what was this one? 160? Oops. Turn this down. Oh no! Rapids, what has become of you? It broke. Not cool. Let's have, let me see. Do we have any more souvenirs? I think we only have hats and this stuff, if you don't count the balloons. But hey, balloons can go right here. Might as well. Let's make these ones green. And same price, that's what we want to see. All right, now let's get ourselves some benches into this operation. And garbage cans, naturally. Delete those. And maybe some... Well, we could put lights here, I suppose, but I was going to cover this. And perhaps like a barnyard wooden structure of sorts? Maybe not green, because green would blend in with the foliage too much, but this brown color is nice, so we'll use this. Let's rather... Yeah, but the border here... It's tricky. Okie dokie. Now shift, then point at this one, hold control. Now these will all be on the same height as that initial one. No, 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 not that, not there. No, not there. Not like this. Nope. Mistakes have been made. River Rapids 1 still hasn't been fixed. Well, it's because my mechanic is going on vacation. He's got a sabbatical, you know, yeah, gotta give our employees benefits. Or otherwise they quit and stuff. Oops. Put that back. And put that back. Mistakes were made. It's like a steak, but you give it a miss prefix out of respect. Mistake. Mr. Steak is its husband. But I guess that would be Mrs. Steak, not mistake. No! Mistakes were made! There we go. Now if I could stick a roof on this of sorts. Yay! Yay! It's been restored! Am I wasting money? Probably. But hey, look at all this money I made. I was down in like, I spent all my money a minute ago, but I've earned it all back. Oh baby. Now then, let's accompany this with one of those and one of those. And put a roof on this. Yes. A roofity scroofadoof. That's not a word. Do I want this roof or the brown one? Or the reddish one? It's not brown. No, 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 no. Okay. Now here we want a transition piece. Question is, do I have an inner corner piece? I'm not sure. Does RollerCoaster Tycoon 2 not have that? It may not. Huh. I guess I've never really tried to make a super intricate roof in RollerCoaster Tycoon 2. But no matter, we'll figure something out. I want to have like a T design here, where this would be... Huh. Well, I don't know. How do I do this? What I could do, actually, go back here, grab these again. Let's rotate it actually and keep this interesting. Select the first one. The second one. Maybe incorporate these onto it. No, 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 no. And now we will include some of this stuff. If I can rotate it first. Why is it doing that? Hey. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, I want full segments. Okay, fine. Delete these. Whatever. Very nice. And top them with this. Not sure I like the colors though. It's all very brown. I mean, I like brown. Just, it's kind of a very plain, boring brown. So perhaps if I tweak all this. Well, it brings out the details better. Yeah, this looks way better. I should have stuck with this from the get-go. Oh well. It's fine. We just have to sweep around the back here. And give it the old bucket splash. It's like the Ice Bucket Challenge, but suddenly you're a different color. The safest park in the country. Splendid. That means more guests will generate and end up in the park, giving me all of their money. Which they should have thought about before they forked it all over to me. It's mine now. I don't even know why I put those there. Delete them. Now for a sign. That's not where the signs are. Pirate Ship 1. No, it's not. Let's see. Food. Come get food. And drink. Literally, why am I being so basic? Let's see. Jurassic, I don't know how to spell that. Jurassic burgers. I don't think it's case sensitive, so whatever. Jurassic burgers. Fossil fuel drinks. That doesn't fit. Fossil fuel, whatever. Drink your fossil fuel. Although that's a funny and common a funny but common misconception is that fossil fuel comes from dinosaur bones. No, it doesn't. Think of the biomass of dinosaurs. I mean, there were a lot of them, and they were big, but simply not enough to power our modern fuel-powered economy for as long as it has been. I think the vast majority of fossil fuel comes from plant matter that didn't get to properly decompose. So yeah, I mean, maybe there's fossil, like dinosaur bones mixed in, but it's not even bones, it's fossils, or how do I say that? Fossils, if I understand correctly, aren't even bones. It's actually the cavities left behind in bones, or not in bones, left behind in sedimentary rock, where suppose a bone ends up on the ground Then it gets buried in sand and silt and mud and clay and other sedimentary deposits. And over eons and eons of time, that dirt and silt, whatever, hardens into stone. And at the same time that happened, the bone gradually decomposed. I mean, it doesn't decompose very fast, but over eons of time, the bone gradually disappears. But as it disappears, it leaves behind cavities in that sedimentary rock, which get filled by other minerals, which are harder than the sedimentary rock. So it basically creates a negative of the bones of the dinosaur, and those negatives become the mold from which the fossils are cast, if that makes sense. I could be totally wrong, but that's my understanding. I'm pretty sure that's how it happens. So the fossils that we get, they aren't even dinosaur bones. They're the imprint of dinosaur bones, if that makes sense. At least I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Let's get a third large ride over here. Maybe something gentle, like cars? What sorts of Ooh, I think I have to use this. This is cool. Jungle racers. But what sort of path does it use? Dirt. Wonderful. Not roadworks. No. I always like to say, I built this myself. Look at me. But it's not a roller coaster. So I'm not going to say I built it myself. I'll just say, well, first of all, delete these. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. I can still claim I built my roller coasters myself. Just not this. Oh, baby, that's beautiful. Why is it race cars? You know, whatever. It adds an excitement bonus. That's fine. And let's add a few bits and bedazzles ourselves. Diplodocus or Brachiosaurus. I don't think he's Saurus. Rower. Yep, that's properly themed. Great. Now what? Let's build something else. Let's see. Maybe a circus. A circus full of dinosaurs. There's no room for it there. Okay, bad idea. We'll put something smaller there. We'll put this here instead. Oh, yes. Like that. Open. I said open. Oh yeah, I need to change the theme for this. Let's go jungle, or whatever, let's go canvas. Make this match, please. This will be the exception. And this one will be jungle. That is not jungle. Let's go jungle. And let's retire this creepy aquatic music and replace it with Jurassic style, which is obviously inspired by the soundtrack for Jurassic Park. Of course, it's not the track from Jurassic Park, because if it was, it'd be a copyright problem. But it's obviously inspired by it, I think. And that does not mesh well with the circus. That's funny. Let's go. Jungle entrance. Boom. Let's go. Okay, I never actually looked at the objective here. Basically, we have 4 years to attract 1,500 guests with a park rating of at least 600. That is so easy. It's basically just there in case you want to do it, which we will, not on purpose, but it'll eventually happen that way, naturally from playing the game. You can't not win this scenario. If you lose this scenario, either you were a kid like me who didn't even read it, or it's just a skill issue. So, boop. Now 1, 2. I don't know if this counts like a roller coaster. Let's go. Let's save. Let's treat it like a flat ride. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. So I don't know how much money people come to the park with in their pockets. Let's try $60. I know that the last scenario did. Rainbow Summit guests fortunately had a minimum of $60 in their pockets, so that really helped financially, setting us up for success. But I have a feeling, I'm afraid some of these guys may have like $58. Let's check. That's the same guy I just clicked. 90, 70, 70, 60. Okay. You have the minimum that I set so far. I just have to make sure no one else has less than that. 60. Lots of new people coming to the park. I'm not even advertising. Let's advertise. That'll really send us up into the stratosphere financially. Boom! And we'll advertise our corkscrew, which I need to name. I never named it. Boom. Free food or drink. Let's go. Fries. Free Fry Friday. Half price entry to the park. Whatever. All income is income. Free rides on a ride that's already free. Okay. Now we'll have lots more guests generate. So here's the funny thing. If a guest does generate with $50 or $58, the difference in money by turning him away, will that be made up for by the additional profit we're making on off of everybody else? So suppose 6 people come to the park and one of them has $50, but you're charging $60. So the one person gets turned away, but the 5 others you charged, well, $10 more than the previous person would have contributed, so it equalizes. But it has to be the right ratio, you know? $60, $80. I haven't seen anyone with less than 60, so I think 60 is kind of the limit. That's the most we can charge without turning people away, and they're common enough that I think we would be losing money by charging more than that. Oh, I see litter. Oh. Okay, people. It is time for some benches and garbage cans and other various things to keep your stomachs settled. Oh, baby. Somebody screamed. That broke down. That's a shame. Looks like our blue jumpsuit dude is coming to fix it. Boop. Here's a clue to what my new job is. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I don't want to get doxxed. But I have to wear ESD shoes. That's all I'm going to say. ESD shoes. Well, I mean, I'll say more than that, but I'm not going to say more that would reveal what the nature of the job is. But here's the funny thing, is I got these ESD shoes, and they didn't even work, because we have to test the ESD effectiveness of our clothing before we go into the work area. But every time I fail. But when I stand on my tiptoes or lean forward, it works, which is so weird. Why does it work when I do that? I suspect it's because there's like the little wire, fabric, whatever, not sensors, but little ESD transmittant. No, that's not the word. What am I even saying? There's the little contacts on the soles of the shoe are towards the front, around the toe area, and maybe just the way my foot is shaped, or because I haven't broken the darn shoes in, it just doesn't register and doesn't work until maybe I've broken it in more. But if I lean forward, it puts more pressure on those points, and it works. So yeah. Yeah. Ain't that the secret? Why is this person hanging his head? Hey! I want to go home. Why? You went to River Rapids and that's it. Well, he gave me $60 and wrote one thing. That's what profit looks like, my friends. Ripped somebody off. Oh, baby. We could have a Jurassic golf course. That might be fun. Let's put that over here towards the entrance. Or no, let's put it on this strip right here. So we'll have the entrance right there. And we'll walk up on some stairs to hole A. After hole A, you travel a bit to hole B. After hole B, you travel again to hole C. After that, you do hole D, not hole D, hole E. Now, I don't want these to touch each other, so... back to hole A. Hole B. Oops. Mistakes were made. There we go. Hole B. Hole C. And that's our golf course that guests are going to be stuck on because they suck at golf. But hey, it looks like we need to hire more mechanics. Hey, inverted vertical shuttle. Cool. So many guests in this park. Look at that. We are making bank. We might even be able to turn this down. Boom. All of this built, and we still have a little bit of cash to spare, and we turned a loan down by 1. Neat. We'll call this, the, archaeological golf. Wait, what do you call a scientist who studies dinosaurs? Are they archaeologists? Or do archaeologists look at more recent historic stuff? I don't even know. I don't know if I spelled it right, but that's fine. We're going to open it anyway. Take that, correct spelling people. Let's make this not that color. Is that what it was before? It might have been. Let's go with a stronger green. Well, no. Wait, what was it before? I think it was that color. Jungle entrance. Lots of complaints about things not being fixed. That's a problem. But anyway, let us now decorate this. We'll have our Diplodocus, Brachiosaurus, Sauropod, something or other there. No, we'll turn them sideways. Boom. Now we'll fence all this in. And have some kind of flowers or foliage on the inside. Whoops. No, 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 no. No, no, not like that. No! I keep making mistakes. Get straightened out. Just like that. Cool. Now we can include some bones in the mix. Maybe a few of these here and there. Nice. Very good. That's what we're going to go with. Perhaps I should have added... No, I can add them on the outside. Double fences of sorts? Cool. Bones. Whoops. To the back. Do I want to do the whole thing or just leave it like this? I don't know. But we've already started, so let's commit. Surround the whole thing with a bone fence. That was in the wrong spot, apparently, so we'll have to fix that. Give it back. Holy smoke, this park is profitable. We have already paid off our loan, and our ad campaigns still have all this time. So, as I said, very easy scenario, and despite that as a kid, I always seemed to fail. Although I never played long enough to actually win, I think I never actually realized there was an objective. I would just go, I would just start it and go, and then get confused when things didn't work out. No entry. We don't want any more funny business like we did in the previous playthrough. That was ridiculous. Let's get some flowers in here. Maybe flowers in each corner. Big flower beds that you can barely see, with the fences in the way. And then border those with bones. What do they say? That if you put fish bones under a plant or under a seed in your garden, or rather, bury the fish bones first and then plant a seed on top of it, it'll like make the seed or the plant like grow like crazy and be super healthy and successful. I kind of want to try that, but I've never been planting a garden at the same time that I would have a, spare fish bones on hand. Maybe you should freeze them. Maybe instead of throwing away fish bones when I go fishing and clean the fish is I'll keep them, throw them in the freezer, and then when it's time to plant a garden, I can, do the deed. Stuff it in the ground and then plant the seed on top. And see just how happy and excited the seed gets and how much it grows. That could be cool. Neato Cheeto wearing a Speedo. Now, water is not going to be a hazard and get the golf balls muddy. So maybe I won't do that. But this is looking cool. Let's get a bit more foliage and the like. Maybe some more randomly placed stuff so it looks like a proper jungle. Get some bushes and the like. I never fixed that fence. Fix the fence. There we go. Maybe some of these. Very nice. And a few of these. Lighter shaded leaves for contrast. Very good. And this is our Jurassic golf course. Archaeological golf. That is a mouthful and a half if I ever heard one. And this will be Jurassic Drop because that's so original. I think I spelled it with 2 R's this time. Did I spell Jurassic somewhere else and spell it wrong? I have no idea, but I need to check. How do hold on a second. Jurassic. No! No! It's 1 R and 2 S's. Wow, I suck. Jurassic. Jurassic. Delete that. No, go back. Jurassic. Huh. Right. The same way classic as 2 S's. Okay. Hey, the ad campaign's finished. Let's restart it. Whoops. Go up to 6 weeks. We'll advertise our golf course for no reason. Actually, does it matter what you advertise? What do I call it? Archaeological golf? Does the excitement or the stats of the ride you advertise affect how effective the ad campaign is? I have no idea. I've always assumed it did, so I just pick whatever big roller coaster I've got, but we're just playing around today. Let's see how this works. Free lemonade, where we don't sell grapes. Let me find the duck and remind him, hey, there are no grapes at the lemonade stall. But just so they're happy, let's accommodate them. There you go, buddy. Right, let's build some stuff over here. Let's flesh out this area. There's a bit of space still. We could maybe sandwich a few flat rides in. But first, I want to make this look like a proper jungle. So let's plant a few trees there and abouts. Just rapid click like this. This will also drive up the stats of all the local rides too, probably. Let's build a tram through the middle of it. That'll be cool. Let's build it right about here. Make it a little windy, try to go around the trees, and also, just to make it more interesting to look at, we're trying to take up as much space as we can. Boom, boom. There we go, 1 train with 10 passengers capacity. There it goes. Pretty quick. Nice. Jungle entrance. And while that's testing, we will sort out the path system. That's a pretty long queue line. I hope that doesn't cause any problems later. We got a tram. Let's see. We got some flat rides we could play with probably. We have an observation tower, which we could put in a different area. It doesn't really matter. Have I saved any of my own designs for mazes? I think it's about time I do that. So let's make a maze. Let's make an amazing maze. We'll even name it that, the Amazing Maze. Wait, how many tiles am I working with here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's keep it at 7. Seven by 7 or like 7 by 5? Let's go 7 by 5. One, two, three, four, five, six. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, yeah. One more tile this way. One little dead end, which will be a nightmare for the guests because they can't find their way around because they suck at this. Now I think I would like this to actually reach outward like this and not be indented the way I usually do it. So we'll put this here, put that there. Excuse me. No. There we go. This will be the entrance. There we go. So entrance will go here, exit will go there. Now let's save this as the, well, first of all, open it. Change settings. Maximum number of people in the maze. We could do wooden fences. And, I don't know. Change the style of this to jungle. Put some flowers in front. And now we will nickname it the Amazing Maze after I do this. Whoops. Give that back. The Amazing Maze. How original. Whoops. No, save it with scenery, please. Give me all the flowers. And these horrible fence things, which are so hard to place and so hard to select. Is that all of it? I think that's all of it. Cool. Boom. Now we have a custom maze we can copy and paste elsewhere, and it's very easy. It's for the most part one way in, one way out, with 2 dead ends total. So this will be a very satisfying and pleasing maze to the guests who normally have a really hard time with it because they suck at mazes. Let's put this over here. This is one of the first rides I remember riding as a kid at a county fair. Really fun. Very basic. The Scrambler, or Scrambled Eggs, or the Twist if you're boring like RollerCoaster Tycoon 2 is. At least we didn't call it the Dodgems. Who calls it Dodgems? Oh yeah, people from the UK. Maybe they say it wrong. Maybe they say it right and we say it wrong here in America. Who knows? But I'm gonna say that we say it right. Definitely not biased. My original plan was to kind of maybe have some paths going through this, but I don't think we need to. I think we're good to just kind of fill in some of these gaps with trees and brush and whatnot, when you look at most real theme parks, like you look at the guest map of like your average Six Flags park, most of it's just wilderness and stuff, so, you know, fair enough. This is really just my excuse for doing the easy thing here. Splendid. Well, I think this area is almost done. I want to say it is done, but we didn't really do a whole lot, did we? Let's fill it in a little bit with some scenery, like trees and stuff. Whoops. And we have enough money, I might be able to change the ground to be dirt and the patchy grass, rather than this solid green grass. Which is great, because that'll really help sell the aesthetic of it. But it is a bit spendy. Did I mess up any supports? Oh, good. Let's grab the other size. This one's taller. Make this thick and dense, like any proper jungle would be. Should be, in fact. You can probably just hear the rapid clicking of my mouse. Okay, let's grab this, which looks kind of like a palm tree. Mix it in for some variety. Get splotches of brown on that trunk versus the gray of the other jungle tree trunks. Oops. No, put it back. I messed up my tree. These almost look like palm trees. I wonder if that's deliberate. It probably is. This is a very flat jungle. Okay, now for bushes. These will add a lot of thickness to the undergrowth and really sell the look. Let's grab the lighter one for more color. Mixed in. How about that? Very bright, or very dense. Not too messy, not too cluttered. There may be a few splashes of color with giant venomous, well not venomous, toxic flowers. If it was venomous, it'd be because the flower can bite you, which is not the case. No flowers, no biting allowed. How can I border this without the fence being too tall? I'm trying to cover the dirt base. But I could just leave it, I guess. Or is it even a dirt base, or is that a planter side? The side of a planter. I think it's dirt. I've always assumed it was dirt. Neato Cheeto wearing a Speedo. Alright, I never opened this. Boop. Nice ratings. Marketing campaign finished. We can't stand for that. Restart. Let's go free drinks. Half price entry to the park. Just to get people through the doors. Free rides in the Ferris wheel, which is so silly because it's already free. Let's see. What are we researching? Mechanical theming? Cool. Alright. Let's build a cricket house. Guests are hungry and can't find anywhere to buy food. Well, maybe they should use their eyes and look for it. It's right here. Well, I guess it's not super obvious. There's just a sign saying there's food there. That's open. Change the theme to jungle. And I think we need to build another food court. Because our guests are getting lost. This is something basic. Let's put it right here. Call it a T-Rex Lynx. I don't even know what that means. Let's grab... Do we have hot chocolate yet? I don't see it. No hot chocolate today. Okay. Lemonade with your hot dogs, just like Costco. Maybe some popcorn. I built all these benches and I completely forgot about garbage cans. Oops! But that's easy to fix. We'll fix that in just a second. 160. Let's get an info kiosk right here. Make these umbrellas green. Yeah. Okay, time for benches and stuff. Not benches, garbage cans. Mechanical theming is now available, as we can see. Cool. Boom, boom, boom. And boom. And did I mention boom? How did the mini golf break down? Oh, pfft, I'm not reading. I saw the no entry sign and thought it was closed. Silly me. Lots of guests getting stuck up here. What are they doing? Let me block their entry. No entry allowed. Like this. Wonderful. Okie dokie. Well, this area looks great. Look at this. Although I have to say, this roller coaster does seem like it's blending in a little bit with the black and the green. What if I change the black to something different? No. Well, now it kind of stands out. You know what? Screw it. I like it. It was cool to start with. We'll leave it as black like this. But I feel like we should build... Well, no. I want this to be a YouTube video that people click on to watch, which means this needs to have... Oh! Toxic. I dig it. Yeah. Some bright colors. Warning of toxic, venomous teeth or something. Yeah, if it's not bright colors, then people may not click on it. And they may miss out. So we gotta have some strategy in mind when we design our stuff. Whoops. Much multitasking happening in my head. It is June 3rd, year 2. Wow, we're already halfway through the second year. Well, if I want to finish this park, all 4 quadrants before I win. Oh, look, are the ducks still getting their lemonade? Here, get your grapes right here. There we go. So, yeah, I don't know if we're going to finish all 4 quadrants before we win, because it's already halfway through year 2 and I'm still decorating this first quadrant. So I'm thinking, since we fleshed out this side of the park so fast, we might as well go ahead and build another quadrant. So, or no, let's do this one over here, since as I said, we already have this dirt path here, and it'll be easy to put off deciding how we want to make the paths synergize with each other. So let's just extend this way. It's going to be asymmetrical, but that's not our fault because the entrance isn't centered. So whatever. It doesn't have to be asymmetrical. Let's line this up carefully and extend this away. Hereabouts. Oops. Delete that. Come on down, my friend. Then from here, we need to somehow make this this path work out. Nice. And then from here, whoops. Oh, for crying out loud. I'm no good at this. Stretch this down. No! Where is my accuracy today? Usually much better than this. Let me zoom in. I have a bigger screen to work with. Yes. Just like that. Alright, now this can wrap around the lake like so. This is tricky. I'm trying to make it so it's more radius, but since it's multiple layers thick, I'm having a hard time doing it accurately. Come on. Here we go. Something like that. I have a feeling this Wild West area is going to be a little bit bigger than the first quadrant, but that's okay. Delete, delete. Okay, now extend this carefully. I just did that without messing up. Wow. Cool. Boom. And there we have it, the next area to work with. And we might have some connecting paths through the middle. I mean, why not? Might as well. Let's extend this way. No, delete those. Not like this. Not before I've written my will. No! Mistakes were made. Delete for crying out loud. There it goes. Connect there. And there. Cool. And now it is time to build my favorite roller coaster type in the game, which is the Woody. And here in Sandbox mode, we have the box or the square trains, the regular default trains, but for some reason, whoops, in OpenRCT2, we don't have access to those in this scenario. We have the articulated trains, which are superior stat-wise, but they are different, and I was accustomed to this version as a kid, so I was always bewildered why, anyway, let's get this going. How long do we want this? We want this to be block section, so not quite so long, methinks. Let's actually build this a little bit higher up in the air. 1, 2, 3. That's 4 cars, and no thank you. 6 cars, there we go. Quick little turn of sorts right there. And this bad boy will be 100 feet tall, because we want to have a magnificent, mighty Woody. That doesn't work. Okay, fine. 105 feet tall, so we can reach the ground with this. From 105 to 85, that is truly a sight to behold. Here we go. Up to 80 feet now. And maybe this could plunge into the earth like it's a mine. Okay, from 80 to 60, that will be just fine. Or, since we started at 105, can we get away with another hill that caps out at 80 feet? That's a 25-foot difference after 1, 2, 3 drops. Nah, let's play it safe. Although I feel like I shouldn't have popped out here. I should have kept going straight. So let me bring the ground back up. This there and back type layout isn't looking very there and back. Bilbo would not approve. What the heck? Why'd I do that? Stupid ground control. Go straight. There we go. Down, roll, twist. Now here's where things get fun. What are all these notifications? Oh, the ad campaign finished. Of course I'm not going to get notified about all of them. 6 weeks. Free rides on, or no, advertise the wooden roller coaster, which isn't even done yet. Ha ha. Whoops. Give me free fries. Free Fry Friday. Half price entry to the park just to get people through the gates. And they'll also pay for other things in the park. Inverted roller coaster, cool. $75 feet, huh? I don't know if we'll have enough juice to make it up to this height, but we're gonna build as if we do. Block breaks. So this would work, except that the path's in the way. As you can see. So maybe instead we're going to do something different. Put a photo section here first. Have a helix segment. No. Oh, that worked. Wow, that's cool. Not quite as well as I would have liked, but we're not going to do that. Let's just straighten out. Whoopsie. I can't believe that fits. Does it go under? Oh, that goes under. What the heck? We got a really tangled roller coaster going on. We're going to name it. What was the name of the girl in Tangled? I can't remember. Let's keep that rolled, please. Oh, we could do this. That doesn't work. Okay, bad idea. Don't roll it. Instead, we're going to put some brakes here as a little spacer of sorts. Then roll again. Helix. And put the block brakes here. I have a feeling this doesn't fit here. Put it there. Now, can I escape? Yes, I can. No worries. It means no worries for the rest of your days. It's our problem-free philosophy. Hey, make that cost more. Here we go. We got 3 trains on this monstrosity. What a funky roller coaster. It has the there and back type layout you'd expect, but it does some weird wonky stuff over here. It gets all kinds of tangled up. We're going to call it the Twister. That's so generic. I'm gonna come up with a different name. I don't know what I want. I don't know. I don't know what I want. We're getting close to winning. But first, let's get an idea of how much this will cost. This is the dirt texture. That's 275. 250. Oh, so the regular sand is cheaper than the dirt. What about this? 200. That's cheap. 275. So this is a little bit more expensive. This is what I mean to do over here. But as you can see, it's very expensive. So terraforming this area will cost a lot of money. Money that I'd rather spend being creative and building stuff. But no, alas, we have to do this the expensive way. And there's no cheats that I know of in vanilla, so we can't just give ourselves more money like I would do in OpenRCT2. Let's even have a patch of regular dirt mixed in here. Yeah. Why am I not watching this? Did it stall? Bro. I guess it stalled. Well, that's annoying. I guess this segment is too tall, so we have to rethink what we did. Crap. So what is this, 55 feet? Subsequent hills are not too terrible. Well, that's not lined up. $60 feet. Oh, that'll be fun. Except I missed my block section. Or what I could have done. What I could have done is just kept this. As it was. So give these back. Except, oh, right, I forgot. Block breaks. I said block breaks. Boom. Now, we don't want 4 trains. We don't mean for this, the top of this lift hill, to be a block section. We just wanted to help it up the rest of the way since I made a mistake. I made a mistake in my design. A Mrs. Steak. The steak that was a Mrs. Why do I make such stupid jokes? Let's look at terrain again. We were doing this. Do we want this area to be a really fine dirt or straight up sand? Because, you know, when we think of a desert, I feel like the stereotype is to think of sand, but sand isn't what makes a desert a desert. Sand is often the result of being a desert, or an indication of a historic ocean floor in ancient history. But I'm thirsty, says Alf L. But it doesn't really have to be sand. In fact, I don't think Ghost Town even was sand. I think Ghost Town was this stuff when we think of it as a desert. So, I don't know. But hey, this fixed it. So, little trim break of sorts. We're going to make a custom corkscrew shuttle of sorts. And we're going to name it the Rattlesnake. Or Venomous Coils. How long are we? 6? How long can we be? 7. Okay. And there we have it. I think that'll be tall enough, but I'm not convinced. We'll have to try it. Here we go. So, turn that up. And fire, oh, never mind. I forgot the station. Okay. What are the stats in this? Very nice. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. First, we gotta make sure this thing finishes its circuit. Whee! Or should I replace this little hill with a loop? I guess we could test it side by side and see which gets better stats. Because this will get some airtime versus the loop, which will get no airtime. And it's different. We always have a loop, so never mind. We're just going to leave it like this. This works just fine. Cool beans. We even have a photo section. Good stats. All right. So that's open. Now we need the queue line for this monstrosity. Cool. Open. Oh yeah, 360. I could probably get away with doing that on this one too. 360. And now for paint. Let's make this an alarming red pattern as an indication of the toxin therein. Or no, the venom. Venomous viper. And on this bad boy, getting lost or stuck in my layout couldn't be more logical and reasonable. Except that it's double and triple paths. Of course they're getting lost. Look at this. All these people hanging their heads. They've been stuck here heaven knows how long. That's where the complaint's coming. What is even wrong? No, stop. Then they turn right. Get here. Oh, no, he sat down. Never mind. Happiness is an all-time low. Energy is getting there. I can't find popcorn stall one. You're right there. You're right there. Literally, what's wrong with you? Anyway, that's why I like OpenRCT2, because these people are silly. They can't find their way around. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I painted that one, now to paint this one. This could be a glorious shade of brown with, that looks like candy. Whoops. Probably monochrome, basically. How boring. Let's give this black tracks. Black tracks. That sounds kind of cool. And the lighter shade of brown? What about the supports? That certainly stands out more. I don't know. No, definitely not. Let's call this Outlaw. Call it Outlaw and give it a sinister color scheme of black and red with wooden accents. Cool. Your marketing campaign has finished. Well, isn't that tragic? We have to restart it then. Restart everything. Venomous viper. Advertise that. Food, drink, popcorn. Half price entry to the park. And free rides on the haunted house, which is already free. And now, let us begin building food in the Wild West side of the park, such as fried chicken. Delicious. And how about, let me see. We need our sodas. Same price as elsewhere already. We got pizza. We can put that over here. You know, pizza could go in like a Roman area because it's Italian or Italian style. Is pizza actually Italian or is it just Italian that's Italy inspired? I'm not actually sure. Although I have heard there's like a authentic Italian pizza as opposed to this Americanized stuff we eat over here. And I'll see videos of like food critics who try both and they go, oh my goodness, I have been missing out. This Italian stuff is way better. And then you get your average viewers on like Facebook Reels, wherever who sees those videos of those authentic Italian pizzas who's like, no thanks, I'd rather have more cheese on mine. I don't know what I'd like. I'm basic. I like my American style foods. I mean, I like authentic stuff too, but it can be expensive. But I'll try new things. But maybe American pizza isn't trying to be Italian pizza. It's just American pizza. And you can like and appreciate both without having to swear one off. You can eat American pizza and also eat Italian pizza. No one will hate you for it. Well, someone might, because the world's crazy out there, but oh well. Pretzels! It's a pretzel. I think I like the softer brownish, the light brown color more than the sand. And fortunately for us... Oh wait, no, not fortunately. I was going to say it's cheaper, but I don't think it is. Wait, they're both $20 at this size. But once I increase the size, $2.75 versus $2.50. How does that figured? So if I do it one tile at a time, I save money. Oh wait, no, $11. Oh, pfft. I was looking at the they keep disappearing. I was looking at these numbers, not this number. This number tells the full picture, as you can see. Anyway, ew, ew, ew. So expensive. Yuck. Disgusting. That sand looks out of place. There we go. That's eating up a really big chunk of my cash. Oh, bother. Perhaps what we could do is have like a transition section where we'll make it like a gradient, kind of like what Minecraft YouTubers will do, where they'll have this and kind of, whoops, like, kind of speckle it and work into the dirtier texture. Yeah. Something like that. That's expensive. And it's tedious. Anyway, let's extend this to the edge of the park. What do the dunes over here look like? Is this sand? Nope, it's this dirt texture. You know, as a kid, I always assumed it was just sand. But I didn't. There's two colors here. The actual sand and then just the fine dirt. Interesting. Hey. Select it. Whoa. I didn't realize I just spent all my money. Holy smoke. We're broke. Look at these sad fellows going home. Look at this, a whole crowd of sad fellows going home. Anyway, I think we need more benches and more info kiosks. Well, no, we just built more info kiosks. But we definitely need more benches, especially on these newer paths we constructed to help these poor fools sit down and rest. Why does everyone favor this one side? There's benches on the other side. What's wrong with you? Hello, venomous viper. I feel like the venomous viper should have more green in it. Indicate that poison. There we go. Red and green. Very nice. Back to benches. Benchificate! Come on, build it. It's not cooperating. What's a vomit over here? Ew. Probably due to the lack of benches. But yeah, this park is coming together. Look at this place. Glorious and beautiful. And once I get more cash, I can change the rest of this to be dirt, as this part is. A very expensive task indeed to terraform a park where there is limited funds. But it all comes down to time. As long as the park is profitable, you'll be able to do whatever you want. The problem, though, is a big park like this, if you try to fill out the whole thing, it becomes unprofitable. Because your main income driver, the gate, becomes offset by the accumulating operating costs of all your rides. Like this one, $50 an hour to run that one Ferris wheel. So at a smaller park like this, where we have maybe 4 or 5 roller coasters and a bunch of smaller rides, it's kind of like the sweet spot. But the more you build, the worse it gets, because you can't charge more to accommodate all those new rides. Because if you start charging more, guests like this moron, okay, he's actually responsible. Bad example. I need someone with $60. How much do you have? No. Okay. People like this, Ronald S., who come to the park with no more than $60, who get turned away at the gate because they can't get past they can't pay. So that's annoying, but it is what it is. We try to swindle our guests by charging too much for food, and they'll pay it when they're desperate enough. Charging for bathrooms, ride photos, and other little tricks to try to offset the cost of operating these roller coasters and these other rides. But you can only do so much, and it gradually becomes less and less profitable. So the bigger the park gets, the more difficult it becomes to keep it, financially viable. But we're not there yet. We're getting there. And we have no loan. So maybe for the second half of this park, we just throw our hands in the air and go, screw finances, in quotations, of course, and take out a giant loan, $100,000, and use it to finish the park. It's all about being creative, not about being financially responsible. Lots of litter in this park. What is wrong with you, you peeps? Throwing your trash everywhere. I can't believe you right now. I think I need more of these guys. Probably more of these guys, too, that can't keep up with the amount of litter in the park. You clean up those. You clean up those. And you clean up those. What else we got? A mess. A big mess. A mess that was also big. Okay, now it's time to begin decorating this place. Let's grab some cactuses. Perhaps I should try to incorporate some sand dunes. The hills are super annoying to build in RollerCoaster Tycoon 2. In vanilla anyway, because you can't use that little tool that OpenRCT2 gives you. Or it's a little toggle right here in the corner that makes it so if you select, let's say 1 by 1, the tiles around it come up with it at an angle, so it makes it a little hill instead of a block of dirt popping up by itself, which looks funny. Okay, we got those. Now let's build. Oh, I don't have the little storefronts and stuff. Well, that's annoying. Fine, I'll do it like this then. Oh, it's mine theming. It's not Western theming. I wish I had put some Western theming. Oh well. That's fun. We have a mine hut. Another mine hut. Put those over there. Why is my engineer or my mechanic failing to find this. It's been broken for so long. Where are they? Not you. Ooh, it's payday. Oh, don't delete him. Where is he and what is he doing? I have a feeling he's going back and forth, isn't he? What are you doing, dude? We got 2 people. And yep, we got a problem. What is bro doing? He's just completely stuck. What the heck? Okay, I'm gonna move him myself. But when I move him, someone else is gonna take the call and get lost as well. Ah, vanilla. Vanilla ice cream, vanilla problems, vanilla. What am I saying? Turn this up. Turn this up for the... what did I call it? Outlaw. Boom. Free lemonade. Half price entry to the park. All income is income. Okay. Is this broken down or just waiting at the... oh, it stopped by the blocks. Okay. Block section stopped it as it should. Nice. Let's try and make some progress here with this little transition of sorts. Whoops. Mistakes were made. In Mother Russia, you don't make a mistake. Mistake make you. Oh, this is expensive. Goodness. Okay, with that done, let's switch over to this tool, which will be kind of what the entrance looks like over here. Switch to dirt. We're going to try to do a sort of gradient of sorts. A sort of gradient of sorts. Wow, say that 5 times fast. I'm broke! Okay, people. Hand over your wallets! The safest park in the country. Well, isn't that just great? That means we're going to attract extra guests, because each little award like that generates a certain number of additional guests, which is great. Oh, I think I need a loan, so I can finish this section here. Expensive. So this is our gradient in progress, if you will. We change some of these tiles as well. One at a time. I have to be careful, because if I click and then drag, it'll raise the ground up or down, which costs a lot of money very quickly, which is not what we want. So we just have to be mindful of what we're doing. This is tricky. And clicky. Here's a question. So, someone commented on one of my other videos that they find my keyboard and mouse sounds annoying, and I think that a professional video shouldn't have those. Personally, I think they're wrong, because you listen to a lot of big YouTubers, like some of the famous Minecraft YouTubers like Grian or Mumbo Jumbo or Good Times with Scar. You'll definitely hear their keyboard sometimes. But it is fair that maybe some people don't like to hear it. This mouse that I got, I think I actually asked for it as a Christmas present last year. It's the Glorious brand Model D2 Pro. I think it's actually the mouse that Impulse SV uses, since he lists his equipment in his on his channel page. So I figured, that must be a good one. So I looked it up. Sure enough, great ratings. It's a great mouse, and I've loved it. It is very useful. It's actually louder than the mouse it replaced. I had a refurbished, however you say it. I had a refurbished mouse from Razer. I forget the exact name and model number, but that mouse, its scroll wheel was starting to have problems. as well as its clicker, or the clicking buttons. Or I thought the clicking buttons were having problems. I think it was actually just user error, that particular part. But the scroll wheel was having issues, so I upgraded to this one. But this one has louder buttons, unfortunately, which is so it's a bit of a trade-off. So yeah, what do you think? Should I stick with this one, or would you like me to, this gradient looks terrible. It's so blocky. Would you like me to stick with this one, or would you like me to get a quieter mouse? Let me know in the comments what you think. Be aware it may not happen immediately, it may not happen at all, it costs money. I just want to hear what people think about it. Beach! Okay. This area needs more work. Let's build some rides on it. Let's build a free fall. We called it the maxed out rotor drop. That's my own personal custom design that I built, which was implied when I said I built it. Why did I say that? That was so redundant. Let's build it right here on the corner and change the style of those and change this to a log cabin. Wild West. We already know it works, so turn that on. Let's change all of these to be wood, or log cabins rather. Log cabin. Bilbo Baggin. Join the swaggin. Cool beans. So now we have that. And as I said, I'm not being particularly careful with the placement of my rides as far as how closely spaced they are. I'm not exactly trying to save space. As I said, the reason is that we have a lot of land to fill, and it becomes less economical the more we fill it. So it makes sense to me to not even try. Let's build this up real tall. Maybe 65. Big drop. Photo section. We don't get a photo section. Well, that's annoying. This will be the second hill, if you will. That rhymes. There we go. Whoops, put that there. Now we have a splash boats. Let's, 20 boats, wow. Turn this down to 5 seconds and test. Unfortunately, I can't customize the lift hill speed. It's just built into some default. I have no control over it. There we are. Put those there. Now, while that tests, we have a bit more cash, which we can use to change the landscape under it. Oh, yes. So let's do that. Oh, bother. Slow and steady wins the race. Unless you're speedrunning, then don't go slow. Okay, so this whole area, never mind. I was about to say this whole area has been terraformed. Ooh, a topspin, also known as the Ultimate Vomit Inducer Extreme Pro Plus. So we'll probably build one at some point, but maybe not yet because it's just going to cause a lot of problems. It's expensive to hire so many janitors. What can we do instead? We have a water ride testing. We have more flat rides. Let's build another one of these. You can't have too many of these. We'll place it right over here. Test. Queue line. Exit path. Boom. I said boom, which means open in Azunguese. Not jungle. Log cabin. Yeah. Woohoo! This might be a bit long for a splash boats ride, so guests may get frustrated and want to get off. That's not good. And that was the last boat. Still have a bit of time before they make it all the way through. Yeah, this is boat 1, so perhaps we should change the dispatch interval to something like 7 or maybe even 8 seconds. Regardless, let's think about what we're going to do with this spot. Maybe a junior roller coaster? Well, we got the mine train. Why didn't I use that? We'll have to build one of those somewhere. We're kind of out of room for big roller coasters. So this will be the big roller coaster. Then we have the smaller one there. Let's fill in the rest of the spots with smaller rides. Why not? Let's get an Enterprise. Why did I build it here? What am I doing? Scoot it over a little bit. Just so we don't have any confusing path bunch-ups. Boom. Right there. Perfect. And open. And what is with this gross color scheme? Much better. Let's get go-karts. We'll call it the Dusty Derby. Let's name it right now. The Dusty Derby. Oh, caps lock. Dusty Derby. Or the Cactus Grand Prix. I don't even know what I'm doing with this design. I'm just going for it. Just having some fun with it. Whoops. Turn around. Actually, flatten that. We're going to do what I just did on the straightaway we just built. The previous one. So right here. What the hey? I said go up. Build, 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 build. Cool stuff. Now for the entrance, which will go there and there. And of course the guests can't reach it, so we're about to hear complaints about it. Marketing campaign finished? Oh dear. We've spent so much of the money we earned from those campaigns, we have to lie low for a few minutes. Or maybe focus on the scenery while we let our cash stockpiles build up. Wait, jungle racers? No, 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 no. Venomous viper? Sure. Free food or drink? Let's go pretzels. It's one of our newer stalls. Half price entry to the park. Free rides on Twist 1. Whee! Okay, now let's grab our mechanical theming. Changes to black. Grab the... no. This. These look like tires, don't they? It's kind of cool to put this around your go-kart course. No, 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 no. Give my money back. Wasted $9. Except that right here looks like it's under it, so maybe we should go up. Like that. I don't know. Yeah, so remove those. And here, as you can see, my mouse is extremely loud. the video editor I use, DaVinci Resolve, actually has a AI-powered voice isolator, but sometimes it gets it wrong and thinks that like if I wheeze, if I'm laughing, I'm like, ha ha ha, something like that. That little wheeze gets, the algorithm guesses incorrectly and then removes that sound. So I don't use the AI voice remover tool because I want my voice to not get messed up. Now maybe I could try to use it on a case-by-case basis and kind of maybe test it out. I don't know. We'll see. Can I edit the land into these? Nope, cannot. Hey, Dusty Derby is coming together. Yes, sir. And should I have the by the hills, or is that redundant? I think it's redundant. Let's remove those. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, something like that. Nifty, thrifty. Now we can add cactuses. We can even add a little pond here of sorts that they go around. So drop this to 2. Drop down 2 layers. Something like this. Oh yeah. No, no, no. I did it wrong. So annoying. I can't see. There we go. Can't see what I'm doing. Oh. Fix those, fix those, fix this, and this, and this, and this, and this. There we have it, boys and girls, the perfect little pond of sorts. Where's it? The water by 1 level. With that nasty sound it makes. Bring back my ride, please. And my supports. So we have our little pond, which is even, which means this is off-center. Darn it! I should have made it odd. Oops. Oh well, let's get some trees and... Oh no, palm trees. Here we go. Now it's on a palm tree. Some palm trees by this will look nice, especially over here bordering the water. I like these really tall ones. So we get some palm trees. It's like we're in California. It's annoying when you see the little preview there, so you reach up to touch it, and it jumps away. That's a funny thing that, like, you know when I try new games like Planet Coaster or RollerCoaster Tycoon 3, and I'm, like, super observant about all the little quirks and problems, and I'm so vocal about them, but then I forget that RollerCoaster Tycoon 1 and 2 have a host of ridiculous quirks like that that make the game kind of silly. But I'm so accustomed to them because I grew up with it. It's all, you know, it's the only option at the time that I don't fairly compare it. So, gotta be fair. Let's get some more cactuses by these go-karts. Get these little itty-bitty baby ones. This is their incentive to not be crazy and fall off the track. Because if they fall off and crash into a cactus, we're not paying our medical bills. This is done testing and I lost track of it. What is that? Oh, solid 6 on the excitement. Wow. Impressive. Right, no photo price after that. But yep. May year 3, May 14th. Summer's coming. Wow, it's already year 3. This is gonna, I think whatever. We're gonna win, and that's fine. We're not gonna finish when we win. We're gonna finish when we're finished. Which means, oh well, if the scenario is still going. That's funny. Let's mix this in a little bit. Nice little transition. It's so obvious when this one transitions, though. I wish I had a softer color to work with here. What does this do? Oh! This is red, but it might help from far away. It might help ease the transition a little bit. Nah, it kind of stands out. Oh well. Red dirt, like you're in Utah or something. Let's change tactics a bit. What do we have in here that we haven't played with? Got bumper cars? Or dodgems, as they say in the great UK. The great UK, which spawned and birthed my country. Does that little peep sound like looking cool? Looking cool! That's what it's always sounded like to me. Log cabin. While that's making all kinds of racket, what can we do with this? There we go. Wild West style. What if we should change this to 2 laps? Because it's a pretty long course. Or, we'll leave it alone unless guests comment that it's, oh goodness, 12 minutes? I've been queuing for ages. Yep, we gotta turn this down. 2 laps. How about that? Okay. Let's build some more amenities, such as souvenirs over here. We're selling white hats somewhere, but let's sell more white hats over here. White hats for white hat hackers. And some toilets, where we charge for pee. We can't have too many of these either. We should probably have a cash machine close to the entrance too, since some of these guests come to the park with a maximum of 60 bucks, which is what the entry fee costs. So put one there, put one here, and call it a day. These guests are so silly. Let's build another Ferris wheel in the Wild West area. Just like this. Open. Haunted house, that seems perfect for the Wild West. Put it in this little segment over here. Boop. Okay. And crooked house. Maybe lined up close to it as well. Maybe if I drop the landscape down a tad. Or, I don't know. Just put it right here. A crooked house for crooked crooks to spend their time and money. Cool. Now this area is coming together nicely. It's not tied in as well as this area because we can just spam trees, which makes it feel populated. Over here we just have these vast expanses, and you can't spam cactuses. That just starts to look silly. But I just had an idea. We could grab this texture right here and try to make some sort of rocks. Except that the sides don't look right. What does this look like? Not frozen. No, I don't want retaining walls either. Well, this just looks like dirt. Ugh. What if we do something like this? Just a little point of detail and interest. We also have just some rocky areas just mixed in. I don't know. I'm just groping at straws here. I don't know what I want. Ghost train, no scenery available. Great. What about this one? Ooh. Haunted mansion. I'm a fan of this pre-built. perfect little addition to this spot. So let's go 1, 2, 3. Let me delete it. 4, I say. Cool. Now we'll open that. Okay, so there's a pre-built. I usually, as I said, I usually avoid pre-builts because I like to build my own stuff. But this is cool. Hey, old timers. This could be like a cool little Western build. Except, I have to get fancy with this. Wait, I don't want it sharing space with the ghost, the haunted house. Let's move it over. There we go. Open. Cool stuff. All right, what else can we do? Oh, the ad campaign's finished. Let's restart those. And advertise the Jurassic drop, which I spelled correctly this time. As you can see, fried chicken. Colonel Sanders special. Okay, ad campaign's restored. Let's turn that off so I don't get a false idea of how much money I have. And so we stop paying interest. I just have this cash sitting around. Why have it sit around when I can pay it off, you know? Yeah. Let's build this over here. Cool. Now I could build my maze again. Just to fill in space. Where's the maze? Give me that maze. The Amazing Maze, as I named it. Oh, I made it myself. I guess you were there for it, weren't you? Put it right there. Open. And wooden fences. How about hedges? Just so it stands out, you know? So on the grass, we used wooden fences. And on the dry ground, we used grass. Twist 2 still isn't fixed. Oi! Where's my mechanic? What are you doing? Why are you going up the stairs? What a goober. Come here. Fix it. Fix-it it. Fixiliated it. Let me add some little specks of sand. That stands out and doesn't look good. Never mind. Bad idea. We're not doing that anymore. We need another merry-go-round because it adds a lot of charm and vibrancy to an area. So, we're going to open it. I said open it. Well, there's no line for it. Turn off the Wild West music. Ba 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 ba. Da 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 da. La da 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 da. Oh baby. Splash Boats 1 still has been fixed. Literally, what is wrong with my mechanics? Are you fixing it? Oh good. I half thought he was responding to something else and just got stuck or lost. As I do. So, what can we do next? We have the horrible vomit inducers. I feel like we should save those for a futuristic or space area. Let's build... Oh, do we have room for another roller coaster? Not really. We could try to fit something over here, but that would be tricky. Let's grab something made of steel, not wood. We could try a wild mouse. Yeah, the wild mouse will fit. Alright, we'll do the wild mouse. Whatever. "75 feet tall." Now the reason I'm dropping so much height so quickly on this is because, as we know, these single vehicle trains or single vehicle cars tend to lose their momentum very, very quickly. So we're just going a little crazy here. Can we all agree in the comments that the merry-go-round is the soul of RollerCoaster Tycoon 1 and 2? I certainly think it is. It's like the song, the theme song for this game. Drop this down, turn around, and boom! Let's just hope we don't have too much speed coming out of that, because if we do, we're in trouble. Wait, hold on a minute. Mine cars? That's actually, yeah, that's what I want. Okay, mine cars. I should have turned the speed up faster. Okay, we are ready to finish this off. Okay. That was sketchy right there. We almost lost momentum. Yeah, look at that. It barely made it over the top of that hill. Here it goes again. Woohoo! Maybe we should put a chain lift there. It's making me nervous. Bum, 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 bum. Beep, 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 beep. Black mine cars. This is invisible and we can't see it, so let's go yellow. No, how about solid blue? No, how about green? That's not what I meant to click. With yellow minecarts. Yeah, because that's definitely what mines looked like back in the day. Totally. I want to get out of Maze 1. What do you mean? How can you be so incompetent? Get out. It's so easy. What is wrong with these guests? Oh, this person needs to pee. If I can click on him. Come here. Got him. Molly W. Well, why didn't you pee before you got in the maze, you goofball? Let's see. Not yet available. Yeah, this got tied together really well with the addition of a smaller roller coaster here. Still not showing, but we can open it at least. Bum bum ba da bum ba da da la da 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 da. We're gonna name this the Roundup because I'm super original. Okay, that needs to be one tile shorter to look like a proper square. Boop. Turn this speed way up, please. Let's try 49. How does that do? Whee! Not even close. Let's try 58. Oh yeah, that works. Okay, let's go 3 laps at 60. Got a little more power pushing us through that. It's pretty slow at the top. I kind of want it to be faster, but whatever. Maybe I shouldn't complain too much. La la la. Of course that crashed. Of course it crashed. Of course it crashed with people on it. Ugh, Gosh darn it. Okay, well, block this. Where'd the other one go? Block that. Okay, so this is done testing. Let's open it. And now, let's fix this mess. How did it crash? Please explain how this happened. Fine, we're gonna put one of those at the top of every hill. No excuses. And no more funny business. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Didn't this one have a chain lift on it already? Yeah, it already did. Well, fine. For extra measure. Okay, no more of that. Haunted House 1 has broken down? Well, that can't be good. Okay, a few more little decorations like that. This area is coming together beautifully. I'd say it's almost done. It looks a little sparse, but that's because I can't spam so many trees to fill in the gaps, so I need to find something else to fill in the space with. Like maybe a little mining village? Something like this. And we'll have a little barrier so guests can't get in there, such as this. It's like a staff-only entrance, if you will. And then we'll put a sheriff and his deputy here. Did you have a sheriff? Yes. Wait, no? Oh. Is that it? No. I need a sheriff and his fine. Well, I guess we won't have one of these blokes. You're fired. Well, that does fill into space pretty well. That's cool. Makes it look covered. Whoa! Wow. Mega sneeze. Oh, I just remembered. I want to support this roller coaster with some of these. Isn't that the soul of this game? Right there. The merry-go-round music. Let it be sounded far and wide in every corner of the... What the... Hey! Get back on your spot! And funny enough, this even increases the excitement rating for the roller coaster. I'm just adding supports. How could that be exciting? It's not even interesting. Anyway, more over here. Let's do a kind of a thing like this. And then support that from below. Oops. Oh, there's no controls either on it. Let me build it. No! I want you. I need to. There we go. own little archway. I think I need to push this back a little bit to make room for this bad boy. Okay, I'll grab this, pop it right there, put that there, and boom. And boom! Decorations everywhere. Why am I doing that with my voice? It sounds ridiculous. Put that there. And I never named this. This is called Roundup. Roundup! Because, you know, it goes around. Ha, ha, ha. It's so funny. Not really. Well, log cabin. This one can be the exception. Let's go canvas. What is this color? Oh my gosh. Came out of nowhere. Excuse me. Uh-huh, right. Let's grab this one and make it wood. I had a big lunch, okay? My wife made this amazing taco soup the other day, and we have a bunch of leftovers, so I had that with her. Let's actually make this one a canvas. Boop. Perfect. Okay, well, I think we're getting close to a point that we can kind of take a break and maybe wait until the next episode to release the other half of this park. The other half of this little mini-series, if you will. My original plan was to release it in quadrants, so we'd do this quadrant, then do this one, and so on and so forth. But the first quadrant was done in like an hour, and I know that most of you appreciate longer videos, so I'm like, whatever. I'll do it in halves instead. Why not? So here we are. Maybe a few more rides, and then we'll call it a day. So let's get some things built. Let's get maybe an observation tower? Right by the beach. Not there. There we go. Let's go 300 feet tall. Boom. And while that tests, we can build this. Whatever. Open. Okay, let's get some other things going. Maybe a spooky ghost town with a little pumpkin. That'll just be a single standalone thing. Goliath sign, Medusa sign, Nitro, Texas Giant. All these fun little details that come with very specific roller coasters, so we never use them. I literally never use them at all. Let's add some water stuff over here. Keep this fun and exciting. We also want some of these to support this wooden structure. I don't even know what I'm doing. That looks like it's poking through a little bit. That's a graphics bug if I've ever seen one. No, fine. We'll make it shorter. And with that done, we'll delete those. And delete these. Don't even know what I'm doing. Oh. Okay, enough goofy singing. So that looks a little bit better with more support over there for the structure. Now we need more actual decorations for it in theme with the style of this area. We got 2 mine shafts right here. Maybe a little neighborhood. I have a hard time telling which end of these is the front, but I like that they look different from every side, so we'll just keep turning them around and each time it's different. Something like that. Whoops, put that support back. Okay, so this looks slightly more full, but I forgot. More foliage! Or more palm trees, rather. Let me just spam a few. Oops, oops, oops. No. Not in the supports. By the supports. Yeah, now it's kind of looking tied together. We can definitely fill in some of these spots with smaller rides. But it's coming together beautifully. We might even build a top spin. Which is, as I said, is a horrible ride which generates more vomit than it does goodness. But we're going to build it anyway because I'm happy. Why am I talking like that? What is wrong with me? It's like a freaking weirdo. Anyway. Beginner's mode, good enough. I don't want no vomit today. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I don't think we have a launched freefall yet, do we? This is what I nicknamed Max Intensity because it's the maximum intensity variant you can build. Or it's rather as tall as you can build it without making it too intense. Holy mess. Hold on. Clean up this mess, please. Our guests are not pleased with it. So we'll build this, and then we'll change the style of the path and call that good. If I can find a place for it. You know, whatever. I'll just move this and delete these. Ta-da! Maximum effort! I actually haven't seen that movie. Anyway. Anyway. Yep. This park is looking really nice. So I think I'm going to cut it off here. Wait, first. Where's the ducks? I need to make sure they have grapes. Wait, there's no ducks. Oh, they went south for the winter. It's September. It's almost year 4 already. Wow. I guess time goes by quick when you're having a good time. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to indicate by liking the video, subscribe, and stay tuned for part 2, where I will build out the other half, hopefully finish terraforming, and build some more impressive custom roller coasters. Until then, I will see you next time. So have a good one, everyone.